The mystery of the coffins itself moved in the tomb of a clan more than 200 years ago. Over 200 years have passed. The legend of this family's tomb is still an obsession for locals in the beautiful island of Barbados. Barbados is an island in the Lesser Antilles in the southern Caribbean Sea and is known as a tropical paradise island, attracting tourists. But few people know that it also has mysterious catacombs accompanied by inexplicable bizarre phenomena. In the early 19th century, dating back to 1807, the Chase family catacombs at Barbados Parish Cemetery quickly became known as a hot spot of supernatural phenomena. It becomes one of the oldest mysteries on the island. The Chase family's crypt is located on a hill overlooking the Caribbean Sea at the entrance to the parish cemetery. This is a cemetery located near the village of Oyston on the south coast of Barbados. The basement was built half submerged into the ground, made of compacted coral blocks combined with concrete at the foundation. The entrance to the cellar is a stairway made of stone and the door is blocked by a giant blue marble slab, about 6 to 7 years old for the man to move. Chase's catacombs were originally built for Mr. James Elliot in 1724 and were weathered over time. In 1808, the rich Chase family in Barbados bought it to use as a family tomb. The Chase were not favored by the locals because they behaved wacky and cruelly treated the slaves. The original owner, James Elliot, was never buried in the bunker. At the time of purchase, only one of them was from Thomasina Goddard, placed there in 1807. The head of the family, Colonel Thomas Chase, decided not to touch the body of the deceased and allowed to leave. It's in the bunker, and Thomasina is not alone in this crypt for too long. In 1808, an infant of the Chase family named Marianne Maria Chase died and was placed in a heavy lead coffin, buried in the cellar. 4 years later, in 1812, the baby's sister, Dorcas, died in a tragedy. It is said that it was her father's mistreatment that caused her to go on a hunger strike to death. Dorcas is also buried in a heavy metal coffin. The deaths have not stopped. In August 1812, just a month after Dorcas's death, his father Thomas Chase also passed away. Strangely, the cause of his death is also thought to be suicide. According to most records, it was at the time of Thomas Chase's burial that the mysteries of the basement appeared. When the giant marble was moved out to bring Thomas the coffin inside, it was discovered that there was a time when Dorcas' coffin moved mysteriously to stand straight and turn against the wall. So is the casket of a newborn baby. It is not clear why such heavy metal coffins could move, although no one has entered the bunker since Dorcas's death. The marble slab is still in place. In addition, the coffins and bodies were not disturbed, nothing was stolen. It is thought that there were vandals, then the mandarins were moved back to their original locations. The tombs were reinforced to prevent future intrusion. After that, those strange things were forgotten until 1816, when 11-year-old Charles Brewster Ames was buried there. Once again, opening the wet tomb, all the coffins, including Thomas Chase, changed positions as if they were tossed like a toy. As before, there is no sign of being hacked. Some men have put the coffin back on its place in a bewildered mood. Once again, they reinforced the tomb. Superstitious locals began to spread the word. People say that there are demons and evil arts. They think that the tomb is haunted, cursed, or both. There are many stories handed down during this time that bring the scary feeling. There is a story that a woman riding a horse came over here when she heard screams and groans coming from the tomb. Her horse was frightened, frothy, and threatened to knock the woman away. Later, it was reported that some other horses in the nearby village went crazy in the following days and unconsciously plunged into the bay, drowned. 2 more times the tomb was reopened. Once in 1816 for Samuel Brewster and once in 1819 for Thomasina Clark. Both times the coffins were moved chaos from their original position. At all times, only the modest wooden coffin of Mrs. The marble blocks the entrance and presses her ring against the wet cement to seal it. In addition, the tomb floor is added with a layer of fine white sand to collect evidence of intruders. 8 months passed. The governor's curiosity did not diminish. He ordered the tomb to be reopened. Arriving at the tomb door, the seal was not broken. He felt relieved, satisfied that no one broke in. The governor opened the marble slab and immediately felt that something was amiss. Thomas Chase's coffin was thrown into the entrance with great force. It takes many people to push the coffin out. Once inside, they were shocked by the coffin once again falling into disarray, this time more intense than previous times. The sand on the floor had absolutely no trace. There was no sign of floods or any other intrusions. The sand, floors and walls are completely dry. In addition, if there is a culprit, that person will not be able to escape the large coffin blocking the door. Upon witnessing all such strange and inexplicable scenes, the governor decided to put an end to it all forever. He ordered the bodies inside to be buried separately in each tomb at the parish cemetery. Chase's catacombs were ordered to be empty and no dead bodies were buried there. It remains vacant to this day. Like other supernatural mysteries, many people tried to explain the phenomenon of Chase's tomb. Hypotheses have been made to suggest that ghosts are more reasonable or due to seismic activity or underground flooding. But all of these explanations are incomplete. If it were due to seismic activity, why is it happening only in this tomb? The nearby graves are empty. Floods are also unlikely because such heavy coffins are difficult to float, except for extreme floods. However, there is no sign that this phenomenon occurred. Even in the event of a flood, why not affect Goddard's wooden coffin? Many people believe that the stories that occur in Chase's catacombs are fabricated, it's a local legend or even a hoax. Until now, the tomb remains empty and haunts the people around the region.